Like a lot of you here, I'm a transplant from other places. I'm sure lots of you come from other places as well. Two of my friends are here. We're from New York, we're from LA, we're from all the places that you love that we make your real estate go higher. And the South is a very, very strange place to be. How many people here are Southerners? You have to understand, for people like me, for people like my friends who come from other places, this isn't like Oz or Atlantis, but it is very strange. It's very different. Here's an example. I call a fence guy to give me a backyard fence, and fence guy shows up, and he's about 6'5", thin, looks like Matthew Brady photograph, you know, Confederate war did at Gettysburg. He comes, he looks in my backyard for about 20 minutes, and he says, "Yeah, I can give you a fence." And I said, "Well, no shit, you're the fence guy." So I basically say to him, "What kind of fence do you think I need? You're the fence guy." He said, "My daddy did fences. His daddy before him did fences. It's what we do. We do fences. We've been doing fences for 200 years in these hills. We've been living in these hills for 200 years. And I said, "You know, they have a thing, 200 years, that's pretty great in the hills. They have a thing that's called cities. It's called schools. It's called dentists." It's one thing we have up north, and fuck up north, excuse me, Santa lives up north. I'm from the east. New York is the east. Okay? And Juliet is the sun. So anyway, I say to the guy, "So what kind of fence do you think I need? I want to get 2 rescue dogs, you know, maybe 40, 45 pounds. What do you think I need? Like a 5-foot fence, a 6-foot fence?" And he says, "I think you need a 12-foot fence." I said, "12 feet, why?" He says, "When your neighbors find out you're a Yankee." And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, okay, 12 feet, I could do that. And then I'm at that place, Ledyard's or Ledford's. It's the fruit place on 25 up in Woodfen, which, by the way, is my favorite name for a town. Anyway, I walk in. I had never been in this place before, okay? I don't say anything. I don't speak. I don't wear anything that says, I don't have the John Lennon New York City t-shirt. I don't do or say anything that says I'm not from here. Although I don't have the little straight nose that you people tend to have. Anyway, I walk in, guy runs out from behind the counter, jumps up at me and says, "We never seen you in here before." And I'm thinking, this is the greatest thing in the world. I mean, he doesn't know me. He knows his customers that well that a stranger can walk in and he knows that I'm not from there. And I said, "You know, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. You don't know who your clientele is. You know I'm a new customer." He said, "No, I just see you're a Yankee." And I mean, Yankees, they have like Yank Dart down here. It's like in the old cowboy movies, you know, when they put the ear to the ground and they say 4 riders, 20 minutes. And then somebody goes into town and says, you know, that so-and-so came into town, and like in 5 minutes, everybody in the town knows. And I think that's what happens here. I think, you know, I come into town, you know, my friends come into town, it's like, Yankees in town. And like within 20 minutes, you all know we're here. Anyway. What bothers me is we don't call anybody up north or in the east or wherever we happen to come from. We haven't used the word rebel or Confederate in, what, 144 years now? 1865 is the last time it was probably in the newspaper, and it had to do with Americans, and, you know, years ago, we have a name for that in this country. It's called Muslims. Quite honestly. And another thing that I'll never understand are the obituary columns in the Citizen Times. I'm a newspaper, I'm just going to call it the Citizen Times, because 4 pages does not a newspaper make. Okay? But people in the South tend to be not abrasive or blunt or, you know, like people I know and where I come from. They tend to have manners. They tend to say things like, "Oh, that's such a shame." And that could deal with anything, oh, the boy next door has the grip. Oh, that's such a shame. 26 million Russians died in World War II. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, little boy next door has 3 heads now. Oh, that's such a shame. Whereas, I'm sorry, in New York, Chicago, big cities, people say things like, little boy next door has 3 heads. You go, fuck, the kid has 3 heads! You want to see this? It's like why I hated Benjamin Button. No one in that movie ever said, there's a fucking guy, he's aging backwards! He's a little homunculus and now he's fucking Brad Pitt! I hated that movie. Anyway, here's a bit from the obituaries. These are actual things. I have to go, but we'll be back.